Steve Gamache with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product video on the Shun Classic Santoku Hollow Ground 7-inch knife. I did an overview video that Mark should have on the Shun Classic product page, and you can check that out for some specifics and general things that I wanted to go over on the series that I didn't have to do in every individual quick look video, so please check that out if you don't mind for some other additional information. The core steel on this line is VG10 stainless steel at a heat treat rating of about 60 to 61 Rockwell, and the construction is their kind of standard multi-layered stainless Damascus cladding over the top of that stainless VG10 core. So you got a good look at the core steel coming through the edge there, and you can see the Damascus layers showing as well on the grind of the knife. This particular one does have these hollow ground scalloped out areas or reverse dimples, whatever you would like to call them. The intent on these is to have a little more non-stick properties to the blade. I'm not sure in practice how much that really helps. They didn't really display a lot of difference to me when I put this knife to some use. But overall, the grind itself is very good on the blade. So whether you get this version or whether you get the one without these and just the straight version without the dimples on it, I think they'll either perform both probably pretty equally. The weight on this knife is 7.1 ounces, so 202 grams, so it's not a super lightweight, but it's almost like a Western style handle weight-wise, so you have to take that into consideration. The blade length is 175 millimeters, 6.9, almost 7 inches, and the overall length is 12.3, so this Santoku has some good length to it. The spine at the base is about 2.3 millimeters, and that's right here at the heel. And it keeps that most of the way through until you start hitting the grind of the knife, and then it tapers down as you get into the grind towards the tip. The heel height on this is about 46.8, almost 47 millimeters. And the handle type is their standard D, right-hand bias D-shaped pack-a-wood, kind of Western bolster wah style handle. More about that in the overview video. Very nicely done, great fit and finish. Their circumference on their standard kind of larger knife handles is about 2 7/8 inches, so a little under 3 inches. Fits the knife extremely well, in my opinion. The profile on this is a good, gentle Santoku profile. It has a little bit more belly towards the heel, or excuse me, towards the tip on this side. So if you like to rock just a little bit more with the Santoku, if you like that, this would be a good candidate. It's got a decent flat spot towards the rear, but just a little bit more belly in the front of the blade than some Santokus do. These are pretty thin blades. They're no slouch behind the edge, so these things get pretty thin behind the edge. And balance point on this knife is just about right here behind where the bolster starts. The fit and finish on these is really nice. The out-of-the-box edge is quite sharp, really nicely, consistently cut bevels, although they could use a little tooth to them. See the other video for a little more info on that. And I use a fair amount of different Santokus, and I've tried quite a few, and this is a very good performing knife. I did put it through the paces a little bit and touched up the edge just slightly, and it does drop through food pretty well. You'll get a little lift on onions and things on horizontal cuts and a few other ingredients because of the taper not coming right up near the edge, but most Santokus are actually like that. But it does drop through food quite well. It's got a nice grind on it and a nice shape. I like the profile. You got a little bit of rocking if you want to do that. It gives you a little more versatility there than a flatter Santoku profile on many of them. But it's just a really nice performing blade. It looks really good. Like I said, great fit and finish. It was a pleasure to use. So this is no slouch in the kitchen. So a nice Santoku. So there you have the Shun Classic Santoku Hollow Ground version 7-inch knife.